From the 32nd floor of the Chicago Financial Group, tall buildings filled the view outside the windows. Megan Williams had just finished her last meeting for the day. She was tired and sat back in her chair, surrounded by paperwork. Megan was one of the best financial consultants in Chicago. "Working late again?" her coworker Jessica asked, popping her head into the office. "Yes," Megan said with a tired smile. "I have to finish the quarterly report tonight." Jessica admired how hardworking Megan was. "Want to come to brunch with us this Sunday?" "I can't," Megan said. "I'm going to visit my parents." Her voice changed a little. Megan's relationship with her parents, Judith and Howard, was hard. To others, they looked like a close family, but Megan always felt left out. She kept trying to fit in, but never felt accepted. "Will your sister be there too?" Jessica asked. "Yes, Brittany and her husband are coming," Megan said, pulling out a paper. It was a bank transfer showing she had sent $5,000 that month. Over the past 10 years, she had paid more than $600,000 on a student loan that originally was $500,000. When Megan went to Harvard Business School, her parents agreed to pay, but only if she paid them back later. But they had paid Brittany's Yale tuition in full, with no strings attached. That still hurt Megan deeply. "Oh, and Brittany's pregnant," she added. "Wow, you're going to be an aunt," Jessica smiled. "Thanks," Megan replied, but her face didn't look happy. "My mom calls almost every day to ask how Brittany is feeling." Jessica could tell this was hard for Megan. She was one of the few people who knew how difficult Megan's family was. Megan looked at the bank record again. She had always paid her debts, worked hard, and lived honestly. Still, her father always said she wasn't good enough. "You never measure up," he used to say. Brittany was treated like the favorite. She studied psychology and got a job at their father's company. 2 years ago, she had a fancy wedding to Ryan, a rich real estate developer. Their parents were overjoyed and praised Brittany all the time. Megan was a bridesmaid at that wedding. As Brittany walked down the aisle with their dad, Megan cried, not only for her sister's happiness but because she knew her dad would never look at her the same way. Did her wedding really cost $3 million? Jessica had once asked. Megan shrugged. She didn't know. What she didn't realize then was that some of that money came from her loan repayments. Now, with Brittany pregnant, the favoritism was even worse. At a family dinner, Megan started talking about a big project at work, but her mom interrupted. "Brittany, how's your morning sickness?" Everyone turned to Brittany. Megan's success was ignored. That night, Megan finished her work and left the office. It was raining hard. Jessica called out, "Be careful going home." "See you Monday," Megan smiled. Those were her last words that night. On the way home, her taxi slipped on the wet road and crashed. Megan was rushed to the hospital. Her injuries were serious, broken bones, internal bruises, but she would survive. Recovery would take weeks. She was in pain everywhere. Her right arm and leg were broken. Her ribs were cracked. A doctor told her she was lucky to be alive. Lying in bed, she saw only one bouquet, sent by Jessica and coworkers. Then Christine, her college friend, came to visit. She had rushed over after hearing about the accident. "Did you talk to your parents?" Christine asked. "I left them messages." No reply, Megan said with a weak smile. Christine frowned. She knew Megan's family was cold and distant. "Try calling again," she said. Megan nodded. She called her mom. No answer. She left a message. "Mom, I was in a car accident. I'm in the hospital, Chicago General. Please call." Then she tried her dad. Still no answer. "I can't believe they're ignoring you," Christine said, upset. "I'm used to it," Megan whispered. The crash had been in the news. Her name was mentioned. Still, her parents didn't respond. "What about Brittany?" Christine asked. "She's not answering either. She just had the baby, I guess." Christine stayed quiet, but she was clearly angry for Megan. The next day, Megan tried calling again. This time, her mom answered. "What is it, Megan?" she said, annoyed. "I was in an accident. I'm in the hospital," Megan said softly. "Oh, well, Brittany just had her baby. We don't have time for you right now." Megan was shocked. She didn't even know Brittany had given birth. "But I'm seriously hurt," she said. "Stop being dramatic. You have nurses, right? We're flying to Hawaii for Brittany's baby shower. You should have gotten an invite." Megan couldn't remember getting one. Maybe it arrived after the crash. Mom, please. But her mom hung up. Megan stared at the ceiling as tears rolled down her cheeks. A nurse walked in and saw her crying. Is your pain worse? No, just feeling alone, Megan whispered. Will your family come visit? My friend will. My family is busy. When the nurse left, Megan opened Facebook. There were pictures of her parents and Brittany's family in Hawaii, smiling on the beach, fancy resorts, lots of gifts and food. Then Megan saw a comment from her mom. The best gift for Brittany, thanks to a special contribution from Megan. Megan froze. Her parents had used her loan payments to pay for Brittany's baby shower. She felt shock, anger, and betrayal. She called Alex, her lawyer friend and ex-boyfriend. I need help. He came to the hospital right away. Do you have the loan contract? He asked. Megan showed him the digital copy on her phone. This says your payments were optional. You can stop paying legally. Also, he added, your grandparents will says their money must protect the grandchildren's happiness. Your parents might have broken that rule. Megan's eyes filled with determination. That's it, I'm done, she said. I'm stopping the payments and claiming the estate. Alex nodded. I'll help. You're not alone. Megan looked at the legal papers Alex brought. They would stop the loan payments and start the process to claim the family estate. Is this all correct? She asked. Yes, everything's legal, Alex said. No regrets, Megan said. She took a deep breath. Her body still hurt, but inside, she finally felt strong. It was time to take her life back. Megan took a deep breath. There was no fear in her eyes, just pain from the past and new strength. For 10 years, I tried to earn my place in the family, she said, but I'm done. From now on, I'll live my life my way. Alex smiled. Good, I'll send the papers. He put the documents in his bag and stood up. I'll send them by mail and email, just to be sure. Thank you, Alex, Megan said with real gratitude. Having him by her side meant a lot. If anything comes up, call me, he said, then left. Now alone again, Megan lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. She thought about her family, her sister, and her future. She still felt hurt, but also free. The nurse came in often to check on her. Her body was slowly healing, but it would take time. Will your family visit you? The nurse asked. Megan gave a small smile. No, no one is coming today. She knew it was true, and had stopped expecting anything different. Later that day, Alex called. The papers had been sent and received. Megan nodded. It was her first step forward. The next morning, Megan had just eaten when her phone rang. It was her mom. She didn't answer. Then her dad called. She ignored that too. Soon, she had over 20 missed calls and voicemails, but she didn't listen to them. She already knew what they'd say. In the afternoon, her hospital door opened. Her parents stood there, looking upset and angry. Her mom looked furious. Her dad was sweating. Megan Elizabeth Williams, her mom yelled. What did you do? Megan stayed calm. She had expected this. What do you mean? She asked. That loan money was for Brittany's house, her mom said sharply. Megan looked at her. Did they really not get it? And how is that my problem? She said. We helped you for years. This is how you treat us, her dad shouted. Megan took another deep breath. She used to be scared of him, but not anymore. Help me, she said quietly. I was in a hospital bed, and you were in Hawaii. They looked shocked, then tried to explain. We already had the trip planned, her mom said. We didn't think your accident was serious, her dad added. It was Brittany's first baby. You'll understand one day. Megan showed them a Facebook post from her mom, a picture of Brittany's baby shower, paid for with Megan's loan money. You used my money, for Brittany. There was silence. Her dad sat down. We're in financial trouble, he admitted. How much trouble? Megan asked coldly. A lot, her mom said. Without your money, we would have gone bankrupt. Megan was stunned. They always pretended to be rich. We paid for Brittany's wedding, house, baby shower, and we even borrowed money using your grandparents' property. Do they know? Megan asked. No, her dad said. Please stop the legal process. We're saving everything for Brittany's child. That was the last straw. I've been paying this loan for 10 years. I gave up so much, and you partied while I was in the hospital, she said. It's over, The case will continue. Please leave. Megan, please, her mom said. We're family. Megan gave a sad smile. Family helps each other. You didn't. Just then, the nurse came in. Your blood pressure is high. Is everything okay? No, Megan said calmly. My parents were just leaving. The nurse asked them to go, and they left. Megan sighed. This was the start of her new life. A week passed. Megan's body was healing, but her heart still hurt. She ignored calls from her parents. Alex said the legal case was going well. One afternoon, there was a knock. Brittany stood at the door, crying. I didn't know they used your money, she said. Megan didn't say anything. Ryan's upset too. He wants to leave and move back in with his parents. Megan was surprised. Ryan built his business by himself. He's honest, Brittany said. He doesn't want anything to do with this. She wiped her eyes. We're deep in debt. Without our parents' money, we have nothing. Megan was shocked. They always acted rich. Why did you lie? Megan asked. Pride, Brittany said. I wanted to be what they wanted, but I've always been jealous of you, strong and independent. I feel like a fake. Megan was quiet. Maybe Brittany was hurting too. Just then, Ryan came in. Sorry I didn't visit sooner, he said. I didn't know what they were doing. He pulled out papers. These show they used your loan payments and your grandparents' money to set up a trust fund for us. Megan was stunned. This was proof. I can't be part of it anymore, Ryan said. We'll live honestly, even if it's hard. Brittany cried again. Please forgive me. Megan looked at her. Despite the pain, she didn't hate her sister. I don't blame you, she said softly, but it'll take time to trust again. I understand, Brittany said. Can I visit again? Megan nodded. Yes. As they left, Megan felt lighter. Things were finally changing. 6 months later, Megan had healed. She went back to work, and her coworkers welcomed her warmly. She stopped the loan payments with Alex's help. Her grandparents supported her and took control of their estate. Megan used her part to buy an apartment near the lake, a dream come true. Her parents' life fell apart. Their lies came out. Friends left them, and her dad had a heart attack. They couldn't afford care, so Megan paid part of the bill, quietly, without telling them. I don't want to be like them, she told Alex. Brittany and Ryan also started over. They moved into a small apartment and gave up luxury. Ryan worked in construction, and Brittany started studying to become a teacher. I've always wanted to work with kids, she said, but our parents never liked the idea. Their bond slowly healed. Megan met her nephew, baby Daniel, and felt hope. At Christmas, she invited Brittany and Ryan over. They had a warm dinner at her cozy apartment. Everyone seemed happier. What about our parents? Brittany asked. They send letters, Megan said, but I don't reply. They're living with the consequences. Ryan nodded. We have to be better, for our kids. Megan smiled at Daniel. She knew she had made the right choice. She heard her parents were now living in a small town, barely surviving. In her drawer, she kept their letters. The first ones were angry, later ones were full of apologies. One from her mom said, I hope you forgive me one day. But Megan wasn't ready yet. Healing takes time. As Brittany's family left that night, Megan made a promise to herself. I won't live in the past. I'll live my life, my way. Maybe one day, she would forgive, but not now. For now, she would focus on healing and living honestly. She looked out at the city lights, finally feeling peace. The accident had changed her, but made her stronger. And now, at last, she was living her life. Ask ChatGPT.